Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Monday, August 18, 2025. Several communities in St. Ann are now benefiting from the $370 million Drax Hall to Landovery pipeline project, which was commissioned into service last week. It's part of the overall Runaway Bay to Maumee Bay pipeline system and was commissioned into service by the Minister with Responsibility for Water, Matthew Samuda, following a tour of several water projects in the parish. He says the upgraded pipeline is expected to result in further developments along the North Coast corridor.
So when you see an investment of over $370 million, we expect the business community to respond with corresponding investments along this corridor. And we're not asking them to do it for charity, we're asking them to do it for the profit that will come from the nearly 7,000 homes that we expect to be built between Drax Hall and indeed Runaway Bay.
The Runaway Bay to Maumee Bay pipeline project is a major infrastructure initiative by the National Water Commission, NWC. It involves the installation of 7.6 kilometers of 300mm pipelines, which will deliver an additional 2 million gallons per day to meet the medium-term water demand of the area. The project will serve the communities of St. Anne's Bay, Priory, Plantation Cove and surrounding communities, as well as the Seacrest Beach Resort, Chuka Cove and Cliffs, and the Paradisiac Housing Development. There has been a marginal increase in the number of students who passed 5 Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate (CSEC) subjects, including mathematics and English, this year. Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon revealed the results during a press conference on Friday.
So in 2024, 18% of our students would have had 5 CSECs with maths and English A. So 6,024 students. This year we have 6,200. So we've improved to 19.2%. And as we continue the interventions, we expect that this number will continue to go up in terms of our students getting 5 or more subjects, including maths and English.
Giving a breakdown of the individual subject performances, the minister revealed that 85% of students received a passing grade in English A, while 44% passed mathematics, both an improvement over the 2024 performance and higher than the regional average. Meanwhile, 90% or more of students passed food, nutrition and health, theater arts, and principles of business. There were also high pass rates of over 80% in information technology, agricultural science, biology, and visual arts. Dr. Morris-Dixon says the ministry will be doing more work to improve the performance in subjects such as physics, chemistry, and social studies, which only received pass rates between 58 and 63%.
We know that a part of that problem has to do with the labs. And that is why we have the lab program. So we did an audit of all science labs, and we have started a procurement to get equipment for the labs in our science, for our science areas. And so we think with that, when we equip the labs and we do some more targeted interventions there, we can work to get those numbers up.
30,514 students were registered for CSEC, but only 93.9% sat the exams. A new generation of highly trained officers have graduated and joined others at the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, to stand on the front lines of Jamaica's border security. The 28 immigration officers from Batch 19 graduated in a ceremony held at the Jamaica Defense Force Caribbean Military Academy in Kingston last Thursday. Chief Executive Officer of PICA, Garth Williams, stresses that border security rests on having competent frontline officers, hence the investment in training these immigration officials.
This cohort, you hear the gamut of skill sets that they have been trained in over the last few weeks. Human trafficking, human smuggling are part of the landscape of border security. But travel facilitation is also, as a tourist destination, a major part of what we do. And striking that delicate balance between facilitating efficient, seamless travel of more than 3 million passengers coming in a year is an important part of Jamaica's economic development.
He says this investment in human capital is not just about filling positions, but about building capacity, resilience, and a culture of service that protects Jamaica's borders and enhances the country's global standing. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining is developing a plan to make fuel more affordable and accessible to fishers across the island. Portfolio Minister Floyd Green made the disclosure last week as he handed over boats and engines to 5 young fishers from St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland. He says the initiative is being designed to reduce operating costs for fishers to ultimately increase their productivity and profitability.
We know that oftentimes the cost of the fuel is one of the challenges that people have. So we are working out a model where it will get you fuel cheaper and it will also bring the fuel directly to your beaches so that you don't have to travel to get the fuel. You will hear more about that, but we have listened and we know if we cut down your costs, then you will do more. And that is what we want.
Minister Green highlights that the move is part of the government's broader investment in the fisheries sector, which includes infrastructure upgrades, renovation of the Black River Fish Market, and the 5-year Fisheries Incentive Program. Added to this, he says the ministry will be moving to establish regional centers for the National Fisheries Authority to further strengthen the support provided to fishers.
We're going to do one in Montego Bay, right? We're going to do one in St. Mary, and we're going to do one right here in Black River. So over the next few years, we're going to transform what you see here into the regional office for the National Fisheries Authority.
And finally, the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin, has made provisions to access gated communities as it carries out the latest Jamaica Survey of Living Conditions, JSLC. The survey began on August 4 and will be conducted over 4 months, targeting 12,000 households island-wide. Director of Statin's Field Services Division, Philone Mantock, says proactive steps are being taken to ensure smooth access to gated communities by field interviewers.
So the ones with the households that are in gated communities, we reach out to the Strata Association, the property managers in general, but we're imploring persons because it's difficult, because when the interviewer gets there, it's an automatic gate, the security guard is not receptive.
Ms. Mantock, who was addressing a recent JIS think tank, assures that all data collected is secure.
The data that is collected, it is encrypted, so the data cannot be accessed by someone who should take the tablet. The tablet is password protected to open the tablet, as well as the software that the interviewer uses to collect the data. So it has 2 levels of protection. Now, based on how it is designed, they will not be able to access the data.
The Jamaica Survey of Living Conditions, conducted annually since 1988, plays a key role in shaping and evaluating national policies and programs. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.